Hey guys, welcome back to the Interceptor. We're here with another Alliance War video, and this is going to be Alliance War Season 58, Number 3, and AOH has matched up against 4 Loki. The alliance that has been haunting us for quite a while, and it seems like a thing every single season. We always match them, and we consistently have our worst war of the season against them. And that has happened probably the last 3 or 4 seasons at least. When I'm not joking, whenever we go against them, we have our single worst performance of the season. It happened last season, it happened the season before, it happened the season before that. I genuinely don't know what it is, because my account used to have a anti-4 Loki curse, because before I ever came to AOH, I had never lost to 4 Loki. I was something like 16-0 against them. And I wasn't even always in better alliances than them. It just seemed like I could never lose to them. But AOH has changed that because they have the opposite curse. And on the first fight here with my main account, we have a Node 9 Enchantress with Photon. And we are just going to be basically getting as many charges as we can. We have an invuln boost on right here, and the whole strat of this fight is to just tank special 3s, not let Enchantress throw any special attacks until I want her to, basically. Any special ones. So we're going to start off the fight by tanking 3 SP3s, and if that's not enough, then we'll start baiting SP1s after that. But Photon, excellent Enchantress counter. As long as you're able to land your intercepts, she basically fully counters Enchantress. Enchantress is pretty dangerous with this node set, because what she does do is she reflects the amount of damage taken, not the percentage. So even with her insane health pools, she is still going to be reflecting as much damage as usual, to the point where you get your increased damage, right? And you just get that much more damage reflected on you. That's kind of the way that it works. So essentially, past the first 15 seconds of the fight, if you let Enchantress throw a special 1 while she has spells up, it will fully kill you from 100% health no matter what, which is not what you want, obviously. So at this point, we've tanked 2 special 3s, Enchantress is half down, and we are baiting a lot of heavies. Enchantress is a champion that loves to spam those heavy attacks pretty early into the block, so that's pretty nice. Like I said, we did go for 1 special 3 off the start, just because I want to increase the maximum number of Furies that Photon can get. I didn't actually do it for the little bit of regeneration you get, because I know I'll be healing from willpower the whole fight from tanking special 3s. But that was part of it. I mean, might as well have a little extra regen. Not that my health is going to be an issue in this fight, because clearly I'm at 100% health. And that is the third and final special 3. The unfortunate thing about baiting the special 3s is that we're never going to be able to get our full Furies. So at the start of the fight, I did get my 5 Furies, but every other time I've gotten like 2 or 3, because it just happens to line up with the special attack that it's just like not lining up well, basically. Here we get some pretty nice spells in Enchantress. I only have to do 1 heavy attack, remove all of her spells. I've gotten so used to the stand-up intercept against Enchantress that I'm confident enough to do it in war. I don't do it against everyone, but against Enchantress it's just pretty easy. We want to bait out another special here, and the key thing, the reason you want to do Photon with versus Enchantress is that, yes, all of your hits can't miss when you're in pure light, but normally your mediums can't miss. So, and then there, she just didn't want to throw a combo. She stopped her combo short and actually dashed back, which is not something AI does often, but she did it right there. We land an intercept there. Even if that combo had not killed, we would have thrown it into a special 2 and removed the spells, so we were obviously never in danger. And yeah, we finished that fight with 100% health. And now we'll get on to my ult, which I wasn't exactly sure. We actually spent a lot of time brainstorming counters to this fight, and at the end of the day, the best choice for me was to take my Hulk from rank 2 to rank 3 and run the Hulk Buster synergy, which makes me immune to Nullify. And you're going to see that that's going to work out pretty well. I don't know why I didn't edit out the whole part of switching my mastery, so I do apologize for that. I'm not, unfortunately, able to edit it at this point in post, but hopefully this speeds up a little bit. We're just fine-tuning our masteries so we are as safe as possible, and then I think I'm just going to throw these points into Limber because I just had nothing better to do. Unfortunately, that mastery only applies to Fury buffs, so it wouldn't have done anything. So I think, yeah, we're just going to throw our points into Limber. And I usually redo my setup every single war for this war format, unless I just happen to be running the correct one. And this war, I had to run a very different one than I normally do. And yeah, we're going to be boosting up here with Hulk, and this is going to be a rank 4 FAM on node 2, which is the Nullify node with the placebos. FAM does not do anything super special here, but it is a pretty common placement because there's not many attackers that are immune to Nullify that can take FAM pretty well, with Hulk and Overseer being the main two. But the other attackers that are very commonly used on this node, Gallon and Dazzler, neither of them can take FAM. Technically, Dazzler can if you do like a weird longer cycle, but it's not a fun one. You don't usually want to be doing that. And in this fight, we are going to have to go for a lot of intercepts to just remove armor ups. When I'm dealing with FAM, I like to remove them instantly if possible. And there we get hit by an L1 to start off the fight, which is just beautiful. You'll notice I did max out the mastery that lowers the defender's combat power rate whenever they are stunned. And that is just so I can get more hits off. If I need to get like a light attack off before going for an intercept or something like that, then I don't have to risk the intercept with FAM having a special attack. There are multiple times in this fight I am going to push to special 2, and I'm just going to elect to block it, just because if you don't eat the special 2, FAM doesn't really deal damage to you. You'll notice I'm still at full health. We're over a minute in, and that SP2 did some serious damage because we had like 65 or something force charges, because champs that are immune to Nullify just get charges on this node like crazy. And there you'll see the degen burst from me not throwing a special was only 4,000 or 5,000 damage. So for the most part in this fight, I'm going to elect to completely ignore it. Unfortunately, with the way this fight is going to line up, that's actually going to be the only time I get to my special 2, just because of the power drain that he does have, both offensively and defensively. It just never really lined up to work again. There, I thought I was at a special 2. That's why I threw that special. Had I just baited a heavy attack and then gone for a combo, I would have gotten another special 2 off. Now, that special 2 would not have been during my Furies, so it wouldn't have done that much damage anyways, but it still would have done more damage than the special 1 did. But at this point, we're looking very safe. The fight's going down very well. I would say Hulk is probably the best counter to FAM here. I don't really know. Because I know we tried Overseer this season as well. Someone else tried it, and they died with Overseer. Or they timed out, rather. So yeah, I'm not really sure, but I would think Hulk is probably the best option. And yeah, when we have a bunch of armor ups, you just need to intercept like crazy. There, I probably should have gone for another couple intercepts before throwing that special 1. I don't know why I did that. But as you can see, your charges in this fight just go absolutely insane, because you can manually trigger these buffs whenever you want the placebo by just doing 2 hits in a row. Here we actually get up to 5 armor ups, so this was the only point in the fight where I was slightly worried. But then we get a whole bunch of intercepts consecutively, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we're chilling. Like, we have 2 minutes left. He is at 20% health. He's probably going to be dead in 30 seconds. And I think we're going to try to get up to 1 final special 2. But we end up throwing a special 1. I probably could have gotten to a special 2 right there. That was probably a bad decision, but I think we're just going to end the fight right here. Special one. Yeah, beautiful. 600k crit to finish the fight off in just over 3 minutes. Hulk absolutely cooked that fan. Way better than Overseer, in my opinion there. But I understand the appeal to Overseer as well. My issue with him is that you don't get the burst damage on your lights if the hit gets glanced. And yeah, one of the members in my alliance was watching and said Overseer still better. I think they're wrong, but whatever. And I was actually one of the last people to clear. Normally in this new war format, I like clearing pretty early, but this time I did actually clear pretty late. So I was one of the last people to go. And we actually did end up getting the win. We broke the curse. AOH has finally defeated 4 Loki, I believe, for the first time ever. I know AOH has only been in Tier 1 for like 6 or 7 seasons at the most, so it's not actually that crazy. We're probably like 1 in 5 against them, but the fact that we consistently put up our worst wars against them, and not only did we beat them this war, we beat them by 9 deaths, we also put up our best score this season so far. So it's kind of a reverse curse this season. But yeah, the 4 Loki curse has finally been broken. So hopefully that means we've got some good stuff coming this season. But we are now 2-1 on the season. I still have 0 deaths on both accounts. And I have gotten 60 out of 60 attack bonus so far this season. My main account's at 30 out of 30 and my alt is at 38 out of 30. I have a 7 fight deathless streak because of the way this format works. You only get 1 fight, so even though it's war 3, I only have a streak of 7 because we're carrying over 1 from last season. But I have a 66 fight deathless streak on my main and a 4 fight deathless streak on my alt. So that is going to be it for today. I hope you all had a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. GG's to 4 Loki. Bye, everyone.